Okay. That shit was fun. What is good, YouTube? We are on the dirtiest of the dirtiest Kawasaki Ninja H2. This bike is phenomenal, man. I am falling in love with this bike. Just look at pure bliss. Crap. This bike it is something else, that's for sure. I mean, mine's not stock, as you can tell. But, wow. This is the best bike you can own. This is the best bike money can buy. I don't care what kind of bike you have. Nothing compares to this. I have ridden so many bikes. I've ridden bikes with more horsepower than this bike, and it does not feel the same. It is not as fun. Like, it's crazy how fun this bike is. Whew. This bike is awesome. Going 200 plus on back roads that are bumpy as hell is kind of crazy. What do I love about this bike? That's the real question. I love the fact that I can cut a 40-minute drive to 20 minutes. That is a very good thing about this bike. But that's the thing with every leader bike. I mean, the only difference between this bike and another leader bike is this bike gets up there quicker. That's really the only difference. I mean, actually, other leader bikes are probably better bets just because you give me the green light. Ooh. Yeah, other leader bikes are probably more economical and fuel efficient than this bike, that's for damn sure, but you're not going to have as much fun. And when you buy a bike like this, you're not buying it to be a gas saver. You're buying it to beat the piss out of it and have fun on it. I got this bike with 4,000 miles and it's got just over 17 now, and there has been no problems. I've done nothing but beat on this bike. All I do is oil changes, coolant flushes, brake fluid changes. I mean, just your basic maintenance, and your bike is going to run phenomenal. It's like that on all the big four. I mean, out of your big four, you have Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, and Suzuki. They are all amazing bikes for what they're made for. I mean, realistically. Kawasaki, in my opinion, is the best all-around bike. That's why I run Kawasaki. Out of everything, Kawasaki is not the best at anything besides being the best all-around. That's why Kawasaki is the best. I mean, so, for example, let me give you some context on this. Your Hondas, what are they good at? They're good at being reliable. That's their thing. They have reliability down to a T. So you would think. I mean, Honda and reliability are kind of the most well-known thing. That's Honda's most well-known thing. They're not known to be fast as hell. They're not known to be the best in the corners. Nothing like that. They're just reliable. But that's a good thing with all four, the big four, in your Japanese sports bikes. I mean, your Hondas, they're reliable. Your Yamahas, those are your track bikes, right? You're going to get your excessive lean angles. It's the best bike for the track. They have the best get up and go, so to say, the acceleration. Yamahas are really good bikes. I love Yamaha sport bikes. I used to have one. I had an R6. I never had an R1 or anything like that. But so then we went over our Hondas and our Yamahas, right? Then what's our last one? Gixxers, Suzuki's. The Gixxer on them, the worst one of them all. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with Gixxers. They're just cheap. They're cheap horsepower, basically. They're good at what they do. They're fast, yes, but that's all they are. They can't really turn worth a shit. They're just not good. I mean, they're the least reliable out of all four of the big four. So you give and you take with sports bikes. That's why I go Kawasaki. They're really reliable, probably right below Honda on reliability. They're probably right below Suzuki's on top speed. And when I mean top speed, I mean like built bikes. Like this Kawasaki Ninja H2, I wouldn't count this as a stock bike. Even if this bike was stock from the factory, I wouldn't count it as a stock bike, right? I mean, it's boosted, so there's not much that'll compete with this. No, your Hondas reliable, Gixxers are fast, Yamahas agile. Okay, Kawasaki, it's not the best at any of those, but it's the best combined out of all three. Suzuki's are really cheap, which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing. I mean, but that's where you get all your stereotypes. People buy the cheap bikes, they don't have any gear, they don't, it all correlates with each other, right? You get somebody that is going to cheap out on a bike, obviously they're going to cheap out on gear. I don't know. I mean, damn, this car is right in my ass. Gosh, this is the life, isn't it? You got nothing but straight roads. This is going to be a little more of a chill ride, just enjoying it. But yeah, best bikes you can own, Kawasaki's. In my opinion, obviously it's a bias. I own a Kawasaki. The last bike I owned was a Kawasaki GX10. The bike before that, I owned cruisers. I mean, I've owned probably 15, 20 bikes in my life. So I know a little bit about bikes and reliability and things like that. I take care of my bikes very well. I just care about making sure this bike is in tip-top shape at all times. But that's also not a bad thing. Some people are the exact opposite, which is good. I mean, having a cool looking bike to some people is a lot better than having a working bike. I totally get that. But when you complain about your bike not working and you start pouting and you can't come out and ride, I mean, it goes hand in hand there, right? I'd rather my bike look a little worse and run good than it look pristine and not run. But yeah, in this video, just kind of my first moto vlog, seeing what's going to happen, how I'm going to do it, really what's the best sport bike. I mean, you're not going to go wrong with any bike you buy as long as it's one of the big fours. In my order of all bikes, out of the big four, which one's the best? I would go Kawasaki, then your Yamahas, then your Hondas, and then your Suzukis. I mean, that's just, in my opinion, your best bang for your buck, reliability, gonna have fun on it, gonna track day. I mean, obviously, people buy a sports bike for different reasons, but for me, that's my order. So I'm not a die-hard roll racer. I like solo rides. I like group rides with a few people. 5 to 8. 5 to 8 people is like perfect for me. But if it's 5 to 8 people, if you're close friends, I like riding just 2 up. Like me and a buddy riding, right? That's awesome. Or me and 2 buddies, that's perfect. Anywhere from solo to 8 people is about where I'm comfortable. Anything bigger than that, I don't really like to do, just because of the fact that a lot can happen. You tend to not know all the people that are there, and it's scary sometimes. This is where I'm going to cut the video. Peace.